The view from the Vysotka this week is here on Prospect Akademika Sakharova, which was the site a couple of weeks ago of a mass opposition demonstration in Moscow of 100,000 people who were protesting against what they see as a fraudulent election in December. Now, what's interesting here is that we are right next to the Stalin-era skyscraper, the Leningradskaya Hotel, as was, and now this has been reopened as a luxury Hilton hotel. Now, here on Prospect Sakharova 2 weeks ago, one of the key speakers in the demonstration was Russia's answer to Paris Hilton, a socialite called Ksenia Sobchak. Now, when Ksenia Sobchak came onto the stage here, she was actually booed, and people were deriding her calls for a so-called Mink Revolution of the elite and of the rich in society. And this points out quite an interesting conundrum between the different wings of the opposition movement. People like Ksenia Sobchak support very much the liberal wing of the opposition, represented by billionaires like Mikhail Prokhorov and the former finance minister Alexei Kudrin, who would basically like to see an anti-corruption drive and some liberal pro-business reforms. Now, on the other hand, we see some of the protesters are much more on the nationalist side, or are calling for social reforms and a better standard of living for ordinary Russians. So when Ksenia Sobchak comes onto the streets and calls for a so-called Mink Revolution, this is quite different from what most of the 100,000 people here were calling for. What kind of opposition movement this turns out to be, of course, we don't know. But we'll see closer to the election day of March the 4th. This is Tim Wall reporting for the Moscow News.